Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile?
Yep. T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen.
Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you on a club with?
All about it. Tell Mama what you need.
Hey, what's going on? Bottom to the top hoops. It's your boy E. Jones.
Hey, it's your boy Black Elvis. We're in the building.
Yo, man, always great to be on. Definitely got to give a shout out to all of the people who supporting us and helping us out. Dom, K1, everybody who's contributing to it, man. We appreciate you guys. Anybody you want to shout out before we get started, man?
Yeah, definitely want to shout out God. You know, want to shout out my parents. Want to shout out my friends and my family. I want to actually shout out Ashanti for helping us out. She's looking like she's going to lock us in a sponsor. Got to shout out all the people who's helping us along the way, man.
Yeah, man. Again, man, we want to separate ourselves and we want to continue to bring you great content. So today, our topic is something that's a current event and also related to basketball. And that is the Phase 3 in New York City, which now includes the opening of New York City parks. What's your thoughts on it, man?
I feel it's a little too early.
Okay.
My personal opinion.
Yep.
But I mean, I understand where, people are stuck in the house, they're losing their mind. Kids are like, they're not in shape, they're chilling, they're playing video games all day. So I guess it's a good look, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I have to be honest, I think it's too early.
So what you're talking about is necessity and safety.
Yes.
So to that point, a unique perspective is the fact that it actually was not in the Phase 3 of reopening. There was a lot of pushback at the mayor's office specifically to get these parks reopened. A week ago, they did a dribble march at Rucker Park, Dyckman Park. Big shout out to the New York City Commission and the people who organized that. And kids just basically brought their basketballs out and they marched, man, and they talked about social justice and things of that nature. But, circling back to that point about the rims being up in Phase 3, there was some pressure. And I think they heard the people loud and clear and said, these kids need programming. These kids need activity. They need recreation. And it started with the parks being reopened.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean the rims went back up. They just reopened the parks. So we're talking slides, sleds, whatever. All of those things were reopened, but not the rims back up. So they put the rims back up in Phase 3. So,
okay, got you.
So with that being said, El, I don't know if it's safe or not, because now what happens is, great, we open the parks. Kids are now playing. But what's going to happen when they start running a full court and it's contact?
Absolutely.
That's the safety issue.
And then social distancing goes out the window.
And I'm listen. I would love to give people the benefit of the doubt, but let's just be real. People are not wearing masks on the basketball court.
Come on, it's just impossible, man.
So now, with that being said, I think it goes back to your point, Al, of you not feeling like we're ready because we could get a spike.
Yeah.
Decision.
When it comes to pandemics and things of this nature, we all know that there's Phase 1 and then there's Phase 2. Well, it could be called waves. Whatever it is, we know the second one has not hit yet. And as we see around the country, Atlanta, Florida, now they're getting hit the way we did in the beginning.
Irresponsibility, man. You know, I'm gonna just give a salute to Governor Cuomo and de Blasio, who I'm not, you know, the biggest of supporters of. But during this time, I feel like they've shown solid leadership and they've made decisions that are in the greater good. Not always the most popular, but what they've done is they've put safety first. And to that point, I feel like what we've seen is gradual progress.
Okay.
We've seen gradual progress for people to be able to feel like, you know what? I feel okay going to a restaurant and sitting outside. And the cases are not spiking because we're opening responsibly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's important, opening responsibly. So is the courts, the rims being put back up, opening responsibly? And as you know, I'm out there training, but, you know, I got hand sanitizer. I don't do any contact. I mean, I don't do any competition. You know, the kids are spaced out. So it's elbow bumping. You know, we're trying to be as responsible as we can and still stay in shape. And you know, I mean, it's a very fine line.
It is.
So what do? They're promoting, you know, get out and get moving, but do it in a safe way. And I don't know if that's possible.
It's very hard, E. It's very hard because basketball is a contact sport. So at the end of the day, even when you're defending somebody, there's going to be a hand there, there's going to be an elbow. I just don't see how they can get it done. But at the end of the day, like I said, I kind of feel them because, I mean, being stuck in the house all day and, you know, just playing video games and eating. And a lot of these kids are not disciplined. They're not doing push-ups and sit-ups and, you know, running in place and jumping jacks. So, you know, I guess we got to do what we got to do.
Well, Al, I'm gonna say this: the NBA set the precedent, and they're coming back July 31st. Their training camp starts July 7th. They're going to Orlando July 7th, and they're gonna do their training camp. I don't know if you saw, but JJ Redick went out and said, "You know what? There's no comfort in starting the season." He said, "I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna make it happen." And he also said he thought it was in the best interest of the league to do it, and he feels like people need, you know, some relief with sports. But he pointed to the fact that there's new positive cases coming up every day. The NBA has tons of resources. They put everybody in a bubble. They're away from their families. They're literally secluded at this place in Orlando, but there's social injustice. There's the election coming out, probably the biggest one of our lifetime. So he just spoke to what the facts are. And I think that it's almost like you have to do some things, although you know there may be some negative ramifications. But if you can mitigate those and just kind of keep that, you know, to a minimum,
yeah,
maybe you do it in a way that it kind of serves the greater good and has the lowest amount of risk. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know how probable it is, but I feel like it's if I had to go on the side to say what I thought, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the best way I could describe it. And I know that's a little non-committal, but I mean I'm not 100% there, but I feel like it's the right step. But I really think that we have to monitor it, and in case we gotta scale back, we got to be ready to do that. Like, we literally got to be ready to take the rims back down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's everybody's not going to be responsible. I've seen you train. I've seen how you got the kids distance from each other. Everybody's spread out.
Yep.
When you go to the park, that doesn't exist. It's like, yo, who got next? Let's go. Let's run. Nobody's going to be conscious. So I know the numbers are going to go up. But at the end of the day, what can I say, or how could I really hate when at the end of the day, it's hurting our children staying home as well?
It's a catch-22. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I mean, the only thing we can do from our side is just try to tell the people, yo, I know you want to hoop, man. if you want to do it, and our PSA is, man, listen, keep your shirt on. Don't be hooping outside with your shirt off, right? Don't be talking trash up in people's faces, because we know the virus spreads through, through saliva and
particles.
The particles in the air. Do what you can to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell somebody, yo, play D from social distance. You can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
But I think, even if you got next and you're on the side, don't sit right next to your boy, or don't sit right next to a friend of yours. It's a girl. Don't share water bottles. All of those things, that stuff that's like, yo, save me some. And you drink after somebody, which is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not doing that no more.
It's over.
But look, that's what we used to do when we was young. We passed, yo, let me get half of that. It's crazy. People thought it was a difference because somebody was like, yo, I got my own straw. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
So if you had to give your final thoughts on where we are and where we're going with relations to, or with reference to the rims going back up, and what kids should be doing and what parents should be doing, what would that be?
I definitely think parents should just be on point. Try to find like some type of system you can have, something, you know what I mean? Like where, you might go out from 3 to 5 or 12 to 3, but you don't need to be out there all day, because now you're putting yourself at risk. I think that, parents just got to be more on point. They got to be speaking to their kids. They got to be letting them know. You got to be careful. I know it's hard to social distance when you're playing basketball, but go to a park where there's less kids. Don't worry about running fools right now. This might just be a time to tighten up your game. Go work on your individual skill. But, for the parents who don't know, hopefully you have family members or the kids who's watching this, they can listen to us, because that's the best way to go. Don't look for the run right now. If you want to get out there, work on your individual skills, or call E. Jones up for that training.
You know what? You make a good point. Now's not the time probably to run fools. It's not the time. It'll be a time, but if I could share something, maybe you get a one of those guns for yourself to see, what your temperature is, right? So they hit you with the joint to see if you got a high temperature, and then, you got to sit it out for the day, and like, you know what I mean? You might have a fever or whatever. Maybe you don't need to be going to the park.
Exactly.
That could be something, and definitely, I think you made the best point of the day, El. You know what? Now's not the time for contact and competition and 5-on-5 or 3-on-3. Work on your skills. So if you start with the first person, which is you, to say, you know what, my stance is the parks are open. I'm going to go with a couple of my boys. We're going to get out in the morning to get our work in, and we're just going to run fools, then so be it.
Yeah.
And here's the parting shot, El. Cuomo said, I don't know what phase we're opening gyms. He didn't even give a date. It's literally like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and we'll let you know when the gyms are opening back up. So there's not even a light at the end of the tunnel for people to even work towards and say, all right, when the gym's back, we don't know. They're erring on the side of caution, man, and I'm not mad, but it is a little frustrating, I'll be honest.
Absolutely.
But I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we got, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, check us out on Spotify, Apple TV, subscribe to the Bottom to the Top Hoops, and BCOM TV on YouTube. Man, shout out City Legends and all the people that helped make this happen. What you got, El?
All good. Just want to shout out our guy.
Who's our guy?
God.
Yes, sir. We out, man. Peace.